everyone. Welcome back to Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. I'm Charles Skaggs, in the basement of solitude, hiding out from the coronavirus with one of my probably best friends ever. Is that cool enough for me to say, or is it?
No, we are certainly in some bestie category for sure.
I hope I'm not out of bounds saying that.
I can vouch for you, Charles. We're very close.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. So yes, Xan Sprouse, the wonderful and delightful and ever patient with yours truly, Xan Sprouse. How you doing, Xan?
I'm doing good. You're
you broke up.
Tupperware, so
you kind of you being a little glitchy there. I didn't catch that.
How is it we were not glitchy until you started recording?
No, we were a little glitchy. Were we a little glitchy?
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know. I know, because I did a podcast with our mutual friend DJ Nick yesterday because he was on Next Stop Everywhere, and I'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
And we did like that. We talked for like 2 hours, 20 minutes, no problems whatsoever.
What the crap? Because DJ Nick and I all of a sudden just stopped recording. We had to re-record.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck happened.
I'm thinking it's your interwebs, but I'm just saying.
I wasn't the one recording. I don't know how it stopped.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Well, maybe that just blows a hole in my theory.
I don't know what yeah.
All right.
I have no idea what's going on, but
I think it were
yes,
cursed.
all I was saying, Charles.
Yes.
That's probably what it is. It's probably my curse. It's that
no.
Yeah. All I was saying is that you're very patient with me. I did just talk for about 10 minutes about Tupperware, so I appreciate your.
Hey, you let me talk about my ileostomy at one point, so.
Hey,
my temporary ileostomy, so.
We have the technology and we can rebuild you, man.
Exactly.
So
$200,000 man, you guys. All right.
Speaking of DJ Nick, though.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
let's give a shout out to DJ Nick, who is under Italian quarantine right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in Milan in quarantine. So.
Yeah. So if you listen to us on Next Stop Everywhere, or if you've heard Xan doing the Happiness and Darkness, the superhero movie podcast, where she got to talk,
or if you've heard Charles on Happiness and Darkness,
this is true.
Talking about Superman the movie.
Well, you just talked Flash Gordon on that podcast. I just talked Constantine on that podcast.
Nice.
Which was a lot of fun. If you're, we got there was many Keanu Reeves reference thrown in there. Just saying.
Oh.
So, whoa, yeah. But we obviously we care about this guy. He's someone that we got to know on Next Stop Everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast. He's this Italian DJ, and he has his own country music radio show, which is like an Italian country Italian radio show about American country music. Go figure.
And apparently, according to DJ Nick, Ken Burns' country music documentary has not made it to Italy yet.
Yeah.
So, because I was really looking forward to talking about that documentary with him. He's like, I haven't seen it yet. It was.
But since
he's really waiting.
Yeah, but since he's out of Milan, if you've paid at all any attention to the news whatsoever for the past couple of weeks, you know that Italy has been hit particularly hard by the coronavirus. And so we've been very concerned about him. But thankfully, he gave us a nice little update on Next Stop Everywhere last night. Bottom line is he's good. And
he's good.
He's good. Although I did find out that his girlfriend is in the medical profession. And
oh, my goodness.
Helping out at hospitals with coronavirus patients.
Oh, see, not all heroes wear capes, Charles.
Exactly. So
my goodness.
But obviously our thoughts are going out to DJ Nick, friend of the show. And we'll talk more a little bit about how to, if you want to check out his podcasts or listen to Xan and I talk, Flash Gordon or, Constantine or what have you. So
totally.
Avengers movies.
Hang in there, DJ Nick.
Exactly. So our thoughts are obviously with DJ Nick. In the meantime, though, since we're going to be, we're a Twin Peaks podcast, let's talk some Twin Peaks stuff, right? So here at episode 70, we're going to talk, first we're going to talk about, eventually I should say, we're going to talk about the Return Part 11, a.k.a. There's Fire Where You Are Going.
That sounds ominous.
Yes, it does. That's a Log Lady line. So, directed toward Hawk, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So it's
Yeah.
so why is there fire where Hawk is going? That's what I want to know.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
the,
But
the,
but first, this is something we've kind of teased up for a couple podcasts now, and I think we need to talk about what did Jack do?
what
The
did Jack
what
do?
did Jack do? The 17-minute black and white film that was short film that was directed by David Lynch, premiered on November 8th, 2017 at the Foundation Center uh, Quartier pour Art Contemporain in Paris but it was released on Netflix on January 20th, 2020, the
Mm-hmm.
the very same date of David Lynch's 74th birthday.
Happy birthday, David Lynch.
Happy belated birthday, David Lynch. And of course, written, directed, and edited by David Lynch and starring David Lynch.
Written, directed, produced, starring, and catered by David
Yeah.
Lynch.
Although it was produced by Sabrina S. Sutherland.
Yes, it was.
But since Lynch was doing so much, I have to wonder how much she actually did on this film.
Well, either way, I mean,
And
she knows her way around David Lynch projects, so it works out.
so if you're one of the lucky few that have actually watched this movie, you probably, one, are going, what the hell did I just watch? And two, what are Charles and Zan's thoughts about this? So that's why we're here. So Zan, what are your thoughts
That's what
about
we're
this
here
movie?
For. And
Before we get, talking a little bit more about this movie.
Everybody needs to watch this movie because it's 17 minutes and you find yourself really getting involved in the story.
Yeah.
And wanting to know exactly what happened. And if you ever, and especially for, us Gen X people and maybe some of the younger boomers out there.
Right.
If you ever thought to yourself, I really loved Clutch Cargo, but you know what? It would have been great
Yeah.
if they did a film noir version of Clutch Cargo.
Yes, and that's what this is.
David Lynch totally did a film noir version of Clutch Cargo.
Yeah, what we're referring to is it's essentially, this movie boils down to, it's David Lynch talking to a monkey named Jack Cruz.
Monkey in a tuxedo.
Yeah, yes. And the monkey talks, but not like a screeching kind of talk. It's an actual human voice kind of talk. And it's done using a method, and I looked this up, called synchrovox, which is this technique, this filming method that was developed in the 1950s by this guy named Edwin Ted Gillette for Cambria Studios, which is this animation studios behind Clutch Cargo, Space Angel, and Captain Fathom.
Right. And if you're wondering about this animation style, again, for us Gen X people, it is like beneath Filmation in production value.
Right.
Like it's done for about $8.
Yeah. I mean, Clutch Cargo was obviously before our time, but because it was done more in the 50s and whatnot. And essentially what this was, like you saw this in a lot of like commercials of the 50s and whatnot, where like there would be animals, and to kind of make them talk in this really corny, jokey way, what it does is it essentially, you've got like a voice actor, their lips are superimposed on the animal. And so it looks really odd, which is perfect for David Lynch, right?
And with David Lynch,
go ahead. No, I was just going to say, and because it's kind of this 50s filming technique, I'm sure Lynch was just, the idea of something, because it was done by Cambria Studios to do animation on the cheap, because they didn't want to spend the money to like animate the voices through drawing. So,
well, we're talking about, when we say animation, we mean the only moving parts are these mouths. You'll have a still image, and I talk about Filmation being, or like the 70s Hanna-Barbera, like a Space Ghost or a C-Lab 2020, where you have, oh my God, it's the year of C-Lab. I just realized that. Anyway, where you have, where if you watch it long enough,
2021.
Oh, that's get out your Stimutax.
Where everybody becomes robots.
Where Robot Hesh.
If you remember,
Look, if I have to be 5'0", Hesh can't be a tiger. Okay.
Yes.
And they're not robots; they're Adrian Barbobots. Thank you very much, Charles.
Nice,
anyway,
very nice.
But if you remember,
I'm going to give you points for that. Points.
Thank you. If you remember watching some Hanna-Barbera Filmation as a kid, you remember that there's the same frames each time that just get sort of recycled.
Yeah.
You start recognizing the frames, which is
why... Like with Scooby-Doo, for example.
Yeah, with Scooby-Doo, which is why Adult Swim was able to do what they did with C-Lab 2021, with Harvey Birdman.
Right.
Harvey Birdman, I think, was a little more redrawn, or with Space Ghost, where you had the same shots of everything. Yeah. It's like Alex Toth did about 100 drawings, and then people just put those drawings and then animated the mouths, and then you were done.
Yeah.
Now,
Clutch Cargo I think they took those and you animated them using Flash animation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Right. That's exactly what they did.
If you kids remember Flash
animation. So with Clutch Cargo, the only moving parts were those mouths. I mean, you didn't even have any like arms moving or anything like that. And what's neat about this David Lynch is that it's this Clutch Cargo CGI mashup, because you can tell it's a monkey mouth in there.
Yes.
They've definitely, digitally made it look like a monkey mouth.
Right.
Meshes pretty well with it, but it's adorable little.
It's very unsettling to look like. You almost, although you kind of partially expect him to go like Judy. Pull back the mask and go like Judy. But
seriously, it's very it's very Lynch.
And now the voice for Jack isn't credited, but I have to think it's David Lynch doing the voice of. It has to be, because. I studied this, I was just listening to it very closely on headphones, and the cadence, Lynch's cadence is there. It's distorted. The voice is his voice, but distorted. But just the kind of lilts and drops in his voice. Just his whole, like I said, cadence. It's pure Lynch. It has to be. I'll be very surprised if it wasn't, because it sure. I know how much Lynch loves to distort audio, because he's that kind of an audio geek like that. So I have to think that's what he did, just to keep this a very cheap production.
It's very it's very charming, I think, for its low techness, but at the same time, as low tech as it is, it's perfect film noir. It's a murder mystery.
Right.
It's it's a time-sensitive murder mystery. Hey, we only have so much time. The trains are delayed, and until the trains aren't delayed anymore, we got to figure out what happened. And
I kind of liken it to, like, what if David Lynch directed Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid? The Steve Martin movie.
Yeah. I could see that.
That's kind of the vibe going on here, I think.
But I really have to give kudos to David Lynch for fabulous acting. Across from a monkey. I mean,
right.
He does a great job just acting with a monkey.
Yeah.
I used to say,
because it's just really the two of them sitting at a table.
Just really the two of them sitting at a table. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he basically it's like an interrogation scene.
Mm-hmm. It just starts out as a sort of a, casual conversation that turns into an interrogation.
Yeah.
And, we find out that they're at a train station and all the trains are late. And I used to say that in the mid to late 90s, some of the best actors on television were the actors on Wishbone.
Yeah.
Those people that would do classical plays opposite a Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant. Anybody who could do like a Romeo and Juliet scene across from a Jack Russell Terrier is a fantastic actor. And this was reminiscent of that. It's a monkey. It's a monkey sitting there in a tuxedo.
Yeah. And essentially, the premise is that Lynch's character is the detective trying to wear down his suspect, Jack the monkey.
Jack the monkey.
Jack Cruz. It's funny, he doesn't look Hispanic, but you know, he you know, he Lynch's character just suspects him of something, of this murder, and so he essentially it's Lynch trying to wear him down and get him to eventually confess to this murder.
And it's like I said, it's a perfect noir way of doing it. It's just it's noir lit, it's noir. It's very I don't even know how. It's just it's perfectly done. It's very, very well done.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly linear. I mean, they sort of talk in a lot of cliches.
A lot of. Yeah. I was going to bring that up because they're very Lynchian cliches. Obviously because hey, he wrote the script, right? So it's kind of, they're very oddball, quirky cliches. Like for one, like Lynch's character will say something like, "Well, there is no Santa Claus," and then Jack will respond, "I won't be here for Christmas."
Right.
You know, something like something that you could easily see being on Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
These little, and some of these, you know, like responses are just complete non sequiturs. And so it's just it's typical Lynch, you know, that just like, what the hell am I just watching? But you can't help but be engrossed by it at the same time. It draws you in.
Yeah.
And then once you finally get the reveal of the story, like because you spend a good, I think, half of it trying to figure out what is the hell is the story here. And then at some point you everything kind of clicks and you're like, oh, okay, well, Jack was apparently hot for this chicken named Tutataban.
That's the thing, like all good noir stories.
Yes, it's always about a girl. For love. Exactly.
There's always a dame.
Yep, there's always a dame getting in the way. Pesky dames. But apparently, supposedly, Jack killed this guy named what is the guy's name here? Hold on, Max Clegg, because of apparently jealousy over Tutataban.
Yep, Tutataban.
And you know, Lynch obviously suspects him from the get-go, but it's you know, he's onto him, and you know, Jack is very evasive throughout this whole thing, tries to distract, completely dismisses him, completely dismisses Lynch, but you know, it just eventually, finally, Lynch says the right thing to get him to get emotional and open him up. Just like a great interrogation scene from like a 40s detective film.
Just like Sam Spade would.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's very well done. Yeah, he was crazy from love of the chicken, because once you get your hand under those feathers on those firm breasts.
That when I rolled at, I just thought that was so funny.
Literally a line from this.
You get it? You get it? Chicken breasts? You get it?
Yeah, you get how that works?
Yeah. Very funny. I see what you did there, Lynch, but yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that I feel bad for Sally, but you know.
You know, they say real love is a banana, sweet with a golden hue.
Golden hue. Yep. And you know, that's so true.
Yep, exactly. And bonus here, if you were a fan of the song from Eraserhead, you know, In Heaven Everything Is Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Jack gets a song very similar to this.
Jack gets a song.
Yeah, it's called what is it here? It's True Love's Flame. That was written by David Lynch with Dean Hurley.
With the wonderful Dean Hurley. Yep.
And there's, it's got lyrics, very Lynchian lyrics, true love's flame burns so bright, it's love's delight. Oh, once upon a time we danced. Oh, and like once upon a time we took a chance and fell in love. Once upon a time, now I long to know the glow. Oh, how I wish to know, to be with her again and know again the glow of true love's flame. That's it. That's the song.
Forever together. Yeah. No, it's a great little song. It's
I'm just waiting for the the James Hurley cover of this.
I would love that. Oh my God, I'd love that. But yeah, this
Twin Peaks season 4 has to be.
Has to happen. Come on, you guys.
That would be a great Roadhouse version. James Hurley doing
sure
True Love's Flame.
Yeah, it sure would.
Make it happen.
This is definitely worth 17 minutes of your time.
Yes. And especially if you already have a Netflix subscription, it's like
heck yeah.
Yep. You don't feel like you got ripped off because hey, you're already paying for the subscription anyway.
Yeah, you're already there. You're already using it.
Yep. So I would love to know what people thought of this, seeing this for the first time in a theater somewhere when it was first screened. But
I feel like when I see something being David Lynch, I feel like I have an elevated sense of suspension of disbelief.
Right.
That I've just come to expect that that's going to be required of me to watch something that's David Lynch.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I just got caught up in the detective story.
Yeah.
Like, so what really happened? Who's Sally? Who's, who are these people? Who's Tatataban? Like, what happened here?
And in the answer to all those questions, David Lynch. That's the answer. Yeah. And that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Yeah. David Lynch requires you to be on a higher level of suspension of disbelief, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope. It's okay to use your imagination once in a while, guys.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Yep.
And, I know a lot of people are very literal-minded and have a tough time processing something surreal like that, but if
I don't think those people listen to our podcast, Charles.
I hope not. No, just kidding. No, I hope they do. I don't know why. I hope they do, but I don't know why they do.
Yeah, I don't know why they would bother. I mean, if you're a fan of Twin Peaks, you have an evolved sense of suspension of disbelief.
If you can appreciate Twin Peaks, you should be able to appreciate what did Jack do. Bottom line.
Yes, agreed.
All right.
Totally.
Anything else about this apart from Tatataban,
you're my love.
My love, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
I
absolutely loved it.
Whenever the coronavirus, dissipates and people are able to congregate again somewhere, you should just run into a crowd and go, Tatataban. Yeah. And have everybody go, what the hell did he just do?
And if anybody gets it, then that is your soulmate right there.
Exactly. It's True Love's Flame.
That's one of those litmus tests that nerds play on each other, give to each other. If you get this, we're in.
You're a part of the secret club.
You have learned the secret knock.
As Ren Hoek used to say back on Ren and Stimpy.
Yep.
You're part of the secret club.
Secret club.
I miss that show. I love that show when John Crackfalusi or whatever was doing it. Yeah. All right.
Back before he was a sex offender.
Yeah. That then we can
back in the good old days.
Yeah. Once upon a time, Yeah. That's.
Speaking of which, let's shout out to the good news. 23 years for Harvey Weinstein.
Yep. Long overdue and
And
regardless of the, feigning spells, heart attacks, whatever, he's going to Slammer. And on top of that, he still has another court case pending in California.
Hell yeah, he does. He is going to get the book thrown at him.
But kudos to the judge for that 23-year sentence. Just saying.
Yes. Good. Yes.
Good call there.
So we've had some good news.
Finally, some justice.
Yeah, we've had some good news this week. We've had some bad news too, Charles.
Just one or two, but yeah.
Let's get the bad news aside from the pandemic apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get the bad news out of the way. The death of Kynes.
Well, we're here. Oh yes. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes, for those who don't know, we lost Ming the Merciless himself this week. Yes.
Max von Sydow passed away.
Yes.
Who is tangentially Twin Peaks related because he was Kynes in the David Lynch Dune.
Liet Kynes, yes.
Yeah, Liet Kynes.
In Dune. But yeah, obviously lots of other things. Obviously a big Flash Gordon fan, so as you are, because hey, you talked about Flash Gordon on Nick's podcast, oddly enough, recently. So
I did. I had Flash Gordon music at my wedding, Charles.
Exactly. So So yeah, so poor Ming the Merciless. So hail Ming one last time. I know him, of course, from Brewmeister Smith from Strange Brew.
I could crush your head like a nut, but I won't because I need you.
One of his most underrated roles, in my opinion.
Extreme. Well, that's what just goes to show that
yes,
goes to show you what a consummate performer he is.
Yeah.
That he can be fantastic in Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Like he's just wonderful, and of course, he's in The Exorcist.
Yeah.
You know, another
he did the voice of Vigo the Magnificent in Ghostbusters 2.
Yes, he is the voice of Vigo the Carpathian. Only a Carpathian,
right? Bonehead
would come back to life now and choose New York. And he is in The Force Awakens.
Right. Yeah, he played Lor San Tekka in that movie.
Yeah, and he was in Game of Thrones. So
yep.
You might, even if you don't know Max von Sydow's name, you know Max von Sydow.
Needless to say, he's got a little bit of geek cred to his legacy.
A little bit.
And so hashtag legend. Rest in peace, Max von Sydow. So,
yes.
Yeah, very great, very cool actor, very cool character actor, and will be sorely missed. Obviously,
yes,
by
absolutely.
both of us.
I just wanted to, he is part of the David Lynch universe. I wanted to
exactly. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we had to, we should talk about that, but yeah, yep. But other than that, if everybody's ready, Zan, I take it you're ready to. We're going to talk some Twin Peaks, The Return Part 11. Let me get my secondary earbuds in here.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my
all systems go.
All systems go.
Yep.
Thundercats are go. I got my spinning floor and I'm pausing at a black screen.
All right. Yeah. So for those of you playing the home game, we are at the 1 minute 32 second mark as we're going to get ready to do our commentary for Twin Peaks: The Return Part 11, a.k.a. There's Fire Where You Are Going, which came out on July 23rd, 2017. Written, of course, by Mark Frost and David Lynch, directed by David Lynch, yada, yada.
Of course.
Now, before we get started, I do want to mention, I got a little bit of trivia.
Awesome.
There's a scene that'll be coming up when we talk about it where Shelly's shoes fly off after she's thrown from the hood of this car driven by her daughter, Becky.
Mm-hmm.
As she peels out of the Fat Trout trailer park. Well, apparently while shooting the first take, Mädchen Amick's stunt double, Gersten Hayward, her shoes came loose while she was falling off the car. And apparently that image impressed David Lynch so much, he made a further shot, later filmed of Mädchen Amick as Shelly retrieving her shoes to make that actually part of the series.
Nice.
So now every time you see that, you can think about that little bit of trivia.
Nice little serendipitous moment there.
Exactly. So just flying shoes. David Lynch is like, brilliant. I'm putting that in.
Well, just David Lynch can find artistry in the smallest things, and I think that's one of his strengths as a director.
Yep, exactly. All right, especially if you watch all the special features that we've watched recently.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All right, so if everybody's ready, Zan, you look like you're ready. And we'll do this. Everybody get ready to press play here in 3, 2, 1. Doink.
Doink. Doink, doink.
Blackness.
Actually, there we go.
There we go.
Oh. Mountains.
Birds chirping distantly.
Yep.
Nothing like a little bit of catch before, in the Fat Trout trailer park.
See, here's the thing. When we see the Fat Trout trailer park, I'm not particularly optimistic.
Right.
And especially considering,
like all the mystical weirdness that happened there.
Yeah, and what happened last week too.
True.
So,
yep.
That's probably.
Yeah, it's bad.
No, that's probably good. Okay, stop and what? Look both ways, sir.
Right. Sure, you're in Twin Peaks where there's like one car, but
Well, you just saw it drive by in the background there.
Well, you never know when Eamon Farron may be driving around the corner.
Seriously.
Richard Horn. Yep. So speaking of Richard Horn, remember that wonderful lady that he beat the crap out of in a very cruel way, Miriam Sullivan?
She's fortunately still alive, which is shocking for Richard.
I was blown away by that because I thought for sure she'd be dead after that.
Yeah.
Especially with him turning on the gas, but still alive.
She's still alive, so
she's alive.
Miriam's alive. So you know what that means? Somebody's gonna tell about Richard.
Unless of course Miriam
freaking Chad.
Unless of course Miriam decides to write another letter.
No, I think she's gonna talk in the hospital.
Yep.
I would see that guy pouring syrup on his breakfast.
Yeah.
That's where I sat. At the diner.
All right. So here's Shelly getting wrapped up in her daughter's drama.
Yeah. And
Norma takes off her glasses, ready to change it to Supergirl.
So, something.
Oh, Becky's got a gun.
Not good is about to go down. Becky's good.
Good.
Yeah, and this is the thing. A mom wants to protect her kid no matter what. And I know David Lynch has a thing for the high heels, but anybody wearing those high heels all day at a diner, it's not happy at the end of the afternoon. Isn't not happy at the end of the shift.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Is that how people dressed at your parents' diner, Charles?
No, they wore flats.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, or the heeled flats that gave you a little lift, but that's about it.
Here she is, following Starsky and Hutching it on the car.
Yep. Now, nothing says parent-child bonding, diving on the roof. Yep, there they go. Thank you, Kirsten Foe, for that. But hey, what did you do today, Becky? Well, I just threw my mom off the hood of a car.
I just stole my mom's car and threw her off the hood.
Now here's Carl Rod coming to Shelly's rescue because he's a gentleman.
Fortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Fortunately for her, Carl Rod is there.
Yes. Now this is the pairing you never knew you wanted to see, but it works pretty well. You never thought to throw these two characters together.
No, you never did think about that, but they're just both really good people who've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
And see, Carl Rod is very sensible.
Yeah, even though he's not wearing a seatbelt.
Well, what is this, like a 1971 Volkswagen?
That's true. It might not have
van?
one.
I don't think it had seatbelts.
That's true. It's a good point.
So.
Yeah. But I love Carl being very, sensitive and caring about Shelly here.
Carl's everybody's dad.
Yeah, pretty much. Carl's seen some things.
Carl's he's already been places.
He's been places.
Yeah. So now this is where we first learn that she is Shelly Briggs.
Right.
This is where we first learn. We don't necessarily know that they're divorced yet or separated or whatever.
But we're going oh, it's official.
Maggie, I got Shelly Briggs here in the truck with me. Can you find Deputy Briggs? And that's the first time we found out.
Right. Because we, as far as we know, hey, they're married, right?
Yes, and that makes perfect sense.
And that's of course where we piece it together. Well, hey, Becky must be their kid.
Yeah, we're also thank God this is thank God she wasn't unknowingly pregnant with Leo's kid before Leo had his accident.
Oh my God. So, that'd be a kid worse than Richard Horn almost.
Oh, I don't know. It'd be pretty bad. But
that's a tie. That's a tie there.
Richard Horn, I think, is Richard's half Bob.
Well, this is true. That's true.
He's always gonna.
He's actually an actual demon, half demon.
Yep.
So yeah.
So
here's Becky coming to looking for Steven
in obviously an apartment building.
Yes.
With a gun. Never a good sign.
Yeah, especially if you're one of the neighbors. Like that neighbor right there, you know who that is?
Tell us.
That is Cynthia Lauren Tweez, a.k.a. Lauren Tweez, as in Julie from The Love Boat.
No! Like Julie, like little girl with no heart from Airplane?
Yes,
Julie from The Love Boat?
I kid you not.
No, that's awesome.
That is actually her, Julie from The Love Boat.
Wow.
So, Julie from The Love Boat made it into a David Lynch project.
That is fantastic.
Who saw that one coming?
That's amazing.
Don't mind us. We're just going to hide out here.
Okay.
So now who's Stephen with? Why, it's Gersten Hayward, everybody.
Oh, poor Gersten.
Alicia Witt returning to Twin Peaks.
She stopped playing the piano.
Yeah.
Poor little thing. Now, explain. I don't understand. The older I get, the less I understand how piece of crap, no good guys can have women all over them. Now, in this case, I know it's because he has heroin.
Right.
But there's got to be somebody else that has heroin.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's not going to treat her like that. Well, right now they're married, aren't they?
Gersten even. Like, what the hell is Gersten doing with him?
Well, apparently Gersten, he must have got her strung out on drugs too, I'm guessing.
Like I said, I know it's because he's got heroin.
Yeah.
But still.
Okay, so here we are in Buckhorn, South Dakota, catching up on the Bill Hastings mystery of Ruth
Bill Hastings
Davenport,
in
The Zone. And here's where things are going to get a little interesting.
I want Diane's handbag. That's pretty awesome. I was looking at something and I don't even.
I love how you just zeroed right in on that.
Oh, I zero in on style.
You're very fashion
I don't remember
forward.
Well, no, I just like style. I don't remember what I was reading. I think it was in Incredibly Strange Films, that group on Facebook, but somebody was talking about Matthew Lillard having quite an acting range.
Yeah.
And I think this proves that,
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was Shaggy, and he was in Scream, but if you watch something like this and then something like The Descendants, I mean, I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for.
Zoinks, Gordon, I don't remember what happened.
Scoob, we're in the zone.
There's a woodsman, Scoob.
I really hope he's still cashing checks for that movie.
He should be.
He should be. I really hope so.
So here we have Gordon and Albert's first encounter with a woodsman.
At least they saw him.
Yeah, that's true.
And
he wasn't like rubbing Kyle MacLachlan's belly.
Ew. Well, I mean, I'd rub Kyle MacLachlan's belly, just not with blood all over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so here basically they're like, well, should we go into this crappy abandoned lot?
Might as well.
Yep.
All right, I have a question.
Now, Tammy, you're in a skirt, so you're going to stay on the other side of this fence.
Well, she's going to cover.
I know.
She's going to cover them.
Yeah.
And
but
she's not going to.
Why isn't she in there, though, I would think?
Well, she's new.
Freshman.
She doesn't get to disappear into some strange dimension for another, 15 years or something.
Tammy, you can go over here and pose. We're going to go over here and check this out.
All right, so I have a quick question here for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that if American law enforcement ever chose a different type of automobile, if Ford would still make the Crown Victoria? Because I really don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think there'd be any need for a Crown Victoria.
Now, if you remember, one of the first Twin Peaks teasers we saw was this blurry image, and we thought it might have been something else like Bob, or no, we thought it was Leland Palmer with the white hair.
Yeah.
But it turns out, guess what? It's Gordon Cole.
It's Gordon Cole.
So, it's a black hole. It's all swirly.
What's in there?
Go toward the light, Gordon. Go toward the light.
Actually, no, don't just go near it. Don't go in it.
All are welcome. All are welcome.
Follow me, children.
Intense electrical whooshing. And Mackley is going, what the hell?
Yeah, he's like, I think this is a little bit beyond my jurisdiction.
Yeah. Now, you've noticed Diane seems oddly unfazed by this, yes.
Diane is very, very unfazed.
It's like, now the question is, can anybody else see the vortex, or is it just Gordon?
Or they're just watching Gordon reaching up into the air.
Yeah, like he's like he's talking to God or something. There's the woodsman on the stairs above a convenience store.
Where's Gordon gonna go?
He's starting to fade away.
This reminds me of something. Reminds me of Philip Jeffries.
Yep.
Because he's been to
Albert pulls him back.
He was never here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's you walk into the zone and that's what happens.
You almost got zoned.
Dun dun dun. You got zoned.
I can't deal with this, man.
You got zoned, son. Oh, what's over there?
She's dead. In the brush. In the brush.
Again,
not in
Diane,
plastic. Exactly.
Yeah. Diane is extremely non-phased about this.
Yeah.
She's sitting there thinking, call me when it's an ear.
Yeah. But to be fair, she wore her best leopard print jacket.
She did. Oh, there's the missing body.
Well, most of it.
Well, we already know where the head is.
I know. It was like, we got to get these two crazy kids back together.
I think that would be extraordinarily bad.
Yeah, so basically what we have here is like naked headless corpse.
Well, it's Ruth Davenport's corpse because we found her head on top of Major Briggs's body. So now we have her body, but we still don't have Major Briggs's head.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Somebody needs to see. Diane can see these woodsmen coming, and she's not saying nothing.
She doesn't care. Yeah, she's just like, oh, there you go.
No, this is not going to end well for these guys.
No, she's just like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder what else is on.
Yeah, she's not being particularly helpful.
No, she's not going to like Gordon and Albert going, hey guys, you might want to check this out.
Hey, can somebody come over here? There's invisible men.
Yeah.
That are, just going to sort of kill these guys in the car. All right.
Yep.
If you've got a weak stomach, you might want to stop this episode. Cuz
or you could skip ahead.
Yeah. You might just want to
hit the 15 seconds ahead. There you go.
Yeah, just hit the skip button a couple of times cuz damn. Under the Sycamore Zone.
Under the 2240 Sycamore Lane.
Yeah. There is no backup for this.
No. Truer words were never spoken.
What the hell happened, Mackley? I don't know. I was just sitting.
Like, what do you think? I did that?
Ew!
Yep.
Yeah.
So
he just kind of.
That's I mean, I've heard of migraines, but damn.
Sometimes they feel like that. I will say.
Yeah, I would say you suffer from them, so you probably.
Yeah.
So does my wife, Lori. So.
Oh yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah. So here we are catching up with Bobby, Shelly, and their daughter.
We're having some family time and saying.
Yeah, catching up with the Briggs family.
Honey, your man is no good, sweetheart.
Yeah. And you get we kind of get the vibe that essentially Becky's life went to hell the moment her parents split up.
No, Becky's life went to hell the moment she met Steven.
But we don't know at what point she met Steven, do we?
It doesn't matter. That's what
well, I'm just wondering if I'm just wondering if the breakup is what drove her to Steven.
I don't think so. because she when you're looking at her, you can see that she's still able to kind of put herself together.
Right.
Unlike Gersten, I think Gersten's a little further gone.
Right.
But no, I think it's I think it has everything to do with the second she met Steven. A lot of kids have parents that break up and they don't go for Steven.
No, I understand that. I'm not saying it had to be that, but I'm just saying that maybe that was a partial cause.
No, because I get the feeling that this happened fairly recently, their breakup, because you can see that Shelly's got like her wedding ring still on a necklace.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like she broke up with him. Yeah. It doesn't seem like Shelly and Bobby broke up when she was like an impressionable kid.
Yeah.
She looks like she's maybe 30 or something here. So I don't think that they've been apart that long.
And here we get the impression here that
not 30, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So Becky is essentially repeating her mom's mistakes all over again. Bobby talks about how like he would have busted Steven if not for Becky.
Yep.
And he asked if like he's abusive, and she lies about that. So,
yep.
So essentially, yeah, like she's covering for him. Oh, he's a nice guy, and not admitting to herself really about how horribly he treats her.
Well, and here's Shelly just sort of knowing what it's like,
right,
to be with a drug dealing abusive husband, because she's been there,
right.
So,
and Becky just now realizes that she almost killed her mother.
Pretty much, yeah. She's coming down from the rage.
It's just like, bing, light bulb.
Yeah. Not right now.
Oh, and speaking of trash, here's Red.
Yeah, Red now is bad timing.
So here's Shelly's current new bad news boyfriend.
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not the right time.
No.
See, no, Bobby still loves Shelly. You can tell.
Oh yeah, and you get the feeling that essentially Shelly left Bobby for Red.
Or Red came between. I don't know.
Or
and you can.
Yeah. Bobby definitely does still have feelings for Shelly, and Shelly doesn't give 0 Fs right now.
See, and that's the thing, and it's like, and she knows her dad still loves her mom.
Yeah.
And so.
And when like here it is, this big moment. Shelly needs to be there for her daughter, but as soon as Red comes by, she's out of there, leaving skid marks on the floor.
Pretty much, yeah.
As she rushes outside to start making out with him.
Shelly's not learning, unfortunately. She's learning a little bit. I mean, Red's a little better than Leo, but
that's not saying much, though.
But you notice how much Red kind of looks like Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Norma does not approve.
No, that is the total disapproving Norma look right there.
Yeah. Like,
and Shelly's just
sorry.
like, hi, sorry, I just got really, really excited.
Uh-oh.
And then gunshots ring out.
This is a bad day for everybody.
Well, how often do gunshots ring out at the Double R?
Not terribly often, frankly.
Nope.
It's not a...
Oh, phone call.
It's not necessarily a bad... No, it's time to feed the cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
Oh, guess who's in the car?
Yeah. See, this is why you don't...
Why is this happening?
Yeah, this is why you don't put guns in a minivan where kids are.
No.
Yeah. In the backseat of the car with Ralph, if I knew it was a gun. Yeah. Are you yeah, he's a moron.
Yeah, he is a moron, apparently. But what's going to be of more interest is the car behind them.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That is honking quite a great deal.
Yeah, the driver is a little aggressive at the moment.
Uh-huh. And you just want to say, it's like, are you not seeing that there's a little kid firing a freaking gun?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you need to calm the hell down.
Right. It's like, look, we'll get you an ambulance.
Yeah, mister. Look at him dressed like his dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to be all cool, but he's really lame.
I think Bobby's kind of seeing himself in that kid a little bit.
Well, maybe, but his dad wasn't that stupid. I don't think his dad would have ever left firearms sitting around the car.
But it just
Bobby is dressed exactly like he was dressed in high school too. Check it out. That same leather jacket and a flannel shirt underneath.
Although he's tucked it in by now.
You want to calm down with the honking?
Yeah, really. It's like I love that she's doing this right as a cop is right there.
Yeah.
Doesn't care.
He heard shots all the way to Big Ed's gas farm. Ugh. That's going to be,
Yeah.
He's with his parents, and I think these parents need to do, the dad for sure needs to do a little bit of jail time for allowing a minor to get access to a firearm.
And here's where things take a very David Lynch turn.
Yeah, this is kind of gross.
We're
trying to get home. It's way past 6:30. Why is this happening? I saw that gun go shooting out the window. Do you not understand why you're waiting now, madam?
Right.
See, and I kind of thought that these characters would show up again, but no, not really. They're just kind of here.
So my question would be like, why are you so desperate to get home so fast?
Because her uncle is joining them for dinner.
Right, exactly.
Oh, you got to tell me when this is over. I can't watch this.
It's Sick Girl, everybody.
Yeah, I can't watch this scene.
Yeah, the actress named Priya Diane Niehaus. And she's not doing too well. She's got the coronavirus, everybody.
She's got something.
Something's going on there. This is total. Yeah. This is like COVID, probably 17 for 2017.
COVID 17.
COVID 17. And Bobby is just like, what the actual hell?
He's like, I joined the sheriff's department to give out parking tickets and maybe stop some cocaine. I didn't expect this.
He's like, that's it. I'm going back to drug dealing and killing guy.
I'm going back to the football. Yeah, I'm gonna fill out the football tonight, you guys. This is too much for me.
I'm gonna be the new Leo Johnson and drive around in a truck. And
get a job as a truck driver and moonlight with pimping.
There you go. Maybe I'll partner up with Jerry Horn. If he ever gets out of the woods.
They could sell weed together.
Exactly.
They could sell weed together. It'd be good. This map is very old, but it's always current.
Right.
I love that line.
A very revered and sacred site.
Yep.
So what does that mean? Does the map alter magically?
I think it does. I think when you're not looking.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. There's a fire where you're going. So,
electricity.
Yep. See, Margaret Lanterman knows what she's talking about.
She always did.
Even if she's cryptic.
Yeah.
She knows what she's talking about. And it's still kind of ominous, but it's not like, hell, which is what somebody might expect when someone says there's fire where you're going.
Right, exactly. Black Corn.
Black Corn. That's going to be the name of my metal album. Black Corn.
Black Corn. And with a K. No, wait, that's taken.
No, not with a K.
What would you do? Just C?
With it, like an actual black corn, and that would be my album cover right there.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I love the Corn episode of South Park, the Ghost Pirates.
Right.
I don't like Corn all that much. I don't like them musically, but when they're on cartoons, I do enjoy them.
Yeah. Oh, there's that symbol. The Judy symbol.
What is that?
Oh yeah, that was something I forgot to mention when we talked about what did Jack do.
You don't ever want to know about that, Frank.
No, apparently, the waitress in What Did Jack Do? She was wearing a Judy's Diner uniform.
She was wearing a Judy's Diner uniform. That's right.
Thought,
and I love how that waitress walks in there to serve coffee to a man and a monkey in a tuxedo and just thinks nothing of it. She's just like, yeah, sorry, the coffee's late.
Yep. Thanks, hotshot.
Yeah, exactly.
Margaret Lanterman on line 2.
The one that's blinking when I hang up.
Ferris
Mr. Rooney, hi, how are you?
Exactly. Ferris Bueller on line 2.
Pucker up, Buttercup.
9 times.
I ask for a car, I get a computer. How's that for being born under a bad sign? I could seriously do the rest of that movie. Like, I know exactly what comes next.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
I understand completely. That's why I think we get. That's why I think we get along.
That makes sense.
Yep.
There's fire where you're going.
And Frank is like, "What?"
He's like, "How does she know we're looking at this?"
Okay, I got it. I heard you the first time, Margaret.
Good night, Hawk.
Good night, Hawk. It's so sad every time she says that.
Yeah. Is this our last?
No, next time. There's another one.
Next time. Okay.
This is the next to last, though.
Okay.
So we're getting close to the end, sadly.
Yes, we are. So sad. Now, this is a good episode. We're pretty much with all
this is a pretty
characters in this. Even though we're with Bill Hastings, we're with Gordon Cole and Albert Rosenflower.
Right. This is a pretty well-rounded episode.
I love this kid.
Oh yeah.
This kid is like he's like the Andy in Training. It's so cute.
Right. Although he's got a little bit more on the ball, I think, than Andy. Don't go to Sam. Sam. He knew where he was going with that. That's awesome. That's awesome. No, that's an actor named James Grixoni as a character named Deputy Jesse Holcomb.
Holcomb.
Now, why is Gordon's hand shaking there? You see his hand was, his hand was shaking. We know what happens when a character's hand shakes.
That's not good.
Not good. No.
Yeah. You want some coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee. Too bad this is the hand I shoot with.
Yeah. Exactly. Nice. Blazing Saddles. Well played.
Yeah. No, my doctor said that to me right before I had my girl surgery, which made me just love my doctor.
The Waco Kid.
Waco Kid. Yep.
Nice. Yeah,
Steady hand.
This was the setting for when David Lynch did his donut trailer, where he's just sitting there eating a donut.
Just eating a donut. Yep. Yeah, Diane, don't make it too obvious that you're memorizing this shit, okay?
Right. Yeah. Don't
like,
mind.
Can I smoke in here? Of course not. You need to go outside. Oh, really? Go outside? I'll do that.
Yeah.
F you, Albert.
F you, Albert. Yes.
Yeah.
Albert. I mean, I love that Albert has Diane's number completely here.
Totally. So how long do you think Diane worked at the FBI after Cooper went missing?
It's a good question, because remember, if it probably depends that, probably right after Mr. C showed up and unfortunately raped her, I'm guessing she quit right after that.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. And I'm wondering if she
So we don't know exactly when that was, though.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she got questioned a lot when he went missing.
I'm sure.
For possibly knowing something.
Right. Well, especially if, it appears, like they had a relationship to some extent. Oh, there he is eating a donut. Now I want donuts. Yep. Especially that nice glazed one. Ooh, I love me a good glazed
Welcome to Twin Peaks. That's all I want is donuts when I watch Twin Peaks.
No. One of these days we have to do this. We have to do it right. I know we did it when we had the premiere.
And I did it when we had the finale too. I had donuts for the finale.
Yeah, but unfortunately I was overseas at
But
that time.
you weren't around.
That's not my fault. I didn't schedule the trip.
You wouldn't have liked it. I had donuts, and then we decided we needed something salty, so I had samosas, which I know you would have liked.
No, not into that.
No.
I was just stuck with the donuts.
A little too spicy for you.
Yeah, not my jam. Sorry.
Not your forte. Yeah.
Nope. But I respect those who do.
Old clothes, well beard, hat, beard. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with those guys. Look at that. Is that a card catalog? No, it's just old wooden filing cabinets.
I'm looking for the Rolodex.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Shelf next to the fan. It's a roll, and there's one. There's one on the filing cabinet. Yeah, there's two of them.
I had a feeling there'd be one there. Yep. Good spotting.
Yep. For those of you who don't know what a Rolodex was, it was a 360-degree file with little cards in it for alphabetization, where you could either A, write somebody's name on the card, or B, put like a business card in the file. And then you just turn it to a letter, and then you pull out whoever you need.
Yep. So think of it like your phone contacts list, only you could just write down really quickly the phone number.
Your phone contacts list, only rounder.
Yes, exactly. And, you didn't have to charge up your phone to use it.
Do you think David Lynch is more addicted to coffee or cigarettes?
I'm thinking cigarettes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he makes such
Look at Bushnell Mullins trying to stay in. Look,
he's fit. It's like, it's just Bushnell trying to hump his desk again.
He's just trying to stay in shape. Look, this is how he gets Dougie to go anywhere.
He's ready to fight. So
he just brings.
Here's how we get Dougie around the office. Just lure him with coffee.
Just lure him around with coffee. I love it.
Phil the coffee boy.
And then how's the Cooper meter? Is it filling up? I hope.
Progress. Probably, I think we're at 70% right now. Because what do you think? I'm thinking 70%.
I don't think we hit 70 until he shows up to meet the Mitchum brothers with a box full of pie.
Well, that's at the end of this episode.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't think we get to 70. We're maybe like at 64 right now with this cup of coffee.
Okay. I could see that.
Yep.
So Bushnell is basically going to tell Dougie that, hey, he figured out there was all kinds of like corruption and crime going on, thanks to those great reports of his.
Well, $3.50 for the good seats to see. Ringside was $5 to see Bushnell Mullins. That's pretty good.
That's still a bargain.
Yep. Although alleged gangsters are not part of this conspiracy. So there's got to be something else going on. And your fantastic doodle work has made me realize that.
The way you drew those stairs.
It kind of looked like you were playing Hangman, but no.
No. You've got something there. You've got a gift, my friend.
Have you seen no movies, Bushnell Mullins?
Right.
They want a personal sit down with you. That means you're never going to see Dougie again.
Yeah, somebody needs to get Bushnell a copy of The Sopranos on DVD.
Seriously, $30 million check.
Yeah, $30 million.
Rodney, it's made out to Rodney and Bradley, so they both have to be there to sign it.
Now we could just send them an EFT, but hey, because I'm sure we have their account numbers.
Seriously, why isn't it going to be catastrophic?
But we have to get Dougie to meet them, so we're going to do it by check.
Seriously.
Right?
Yep.
It's like
so he took out an insurance policy on the insurance policy, so they don't actually lose $30 million by paying out $30 million.
Right.
Somehow that sounds like money laundering in some way to me, but I can't quite figure out how you would do it.
This is shady insurance.
This is some sort of shady insurance fraud. Can you really insure an insurance policy?
Apparently you can.
It's like that Brad Paisley song where the guy insures his cigars against fire and then he smokes them, and then tries to get the cash payout for it.
Yep. And Dougie's just like completely oblivious, I think, at this point, not really connecting to this conversation.
But see, look, Dougie's doing. He looks like knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Hell yeah, that is Captain Crunch right there.
I love me some Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch is the greatest of the sweetened cereals. I'm not a big fan of sweet cereals, but Captain Crunch is amazing.
Now, we'll kind of break your teeth if you're not careful, but
it'll cut up the roof of your mouth. That's for sure. You got to let it. You got to let it sit in the milk a little bit.
You got to kind of have some strong gums.
You know, Charles. You know what's better than Captain Crunch, Charles?
What?
Quisp.
Oh yeah.
Quisp is like.
That was my jam cereal back in the day.
Quisp is like Captain Crunch squared. So
circular.
Well, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
There's your milk. These brothers are adorable. They're like a little couple.
Well, you know, all they have is each other, as we were told by Lynch.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, Bradley's Raisin Bran guy.
Well, you know, you gotta keep regular if you want to be happy.
That's true. He needs that fiber.
Yep.
Raisin Bran's okay. I'm okay with Raisin Bran.
I don't like Raisin Bran.
As long as there's lots of raisins in it.
Yeah, I don't like Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran specifically, I don't like because I don't like that there's sugar on the raisins.
Right.
I also don't like bran cereal because, here we have his recurring dream.
Yes. This is Bradley's very disturbing dream.
But this is also the dream that is what saves Dougie's life too.
Right.
So,
he's like, I want to kill this
guy. But yeah, see, the thing about Raisin Bran is I don't like bran cereals. It gets too mushy. But you know what I love? When you put raisins in cornflakes. That's actually really delicious, putting raisins in cornflakes.
Well, it's kind of like a sweet, kind of salty a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. And cornflakes, I think, hold their cohesion a little better.
Now, see, for me, I mean, this is going to be blasphemous to you, but I don't put milk on my cereal.
What do you put on your cereal?
A spoon. That's it.
Oh, you just eat it dry?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about losing consistency.
Gotcha.
But it also makes the Captain Crunch a little riskier.
It definitely makes the Captain Crunch a little bit riskier. However, the
Quisp was awesome.
It makes the Cracklin' Oat Bran delicious because Cracklin' Oat Bran is one of those odd cereals that as soon as milk hits it, it loses its superpower. It's nowhere near as good.
Yep. So welcome to Cereal Talk, everybody.
Okay, what in the world? What bakery gives you pie in a box like that? I mean,
what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah. Well, maybe there's more than one pie in there.
Why would you stack pies like that?
I don't know.
No human being would stack pies like that.
Nice. Egon, your mucus.
If somebody blows their nose and you want to keep it?
Yeah.
Look at Bushnell Mullins with all of the boxing metaphors.
Yeah, he is a knock 'em dead, champ.
Aw.
It's like, ow, my face.
Dead. Not yet. Don't die.
Don't die. Go get him, slugger.
Is that the same guy that drove him home from the casino?
No, I don't think so. Because this is the insurance companies.
No, this is the.
Is that the same?
This is the Mädchen brothers.
The casino. That's the casino. Their car.
Yeah,
it might be then.
Yeah.
It might be then. Yeah, that might be the same guy then.
Yeah, it is the same.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Red door because he says red door. Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Good call. I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Looks like it's an Oldsmobile. Looks like an Oldsmobile logo on there.
I have no idea what limos are. I've actually never been in a limo.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, you don't know the right people then.
I guess not.
No, you got to be connected.
I guess so. And
here we have Sean Colvin's cover of Viva Las Vegas.
I never had a date to prom or homecoming, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw. Now I feel bad.
Don't feel bad.
I feel bad.
No, it's okay. Let's see what's going on.
Get Chris to take you out to prom.
Now, then you should feel bad. That would be really sad. I like to see what's going on in Vegas whenever I see shots of Vegas, like who's there, like what version of
Treasure Island. I checked that place out because I've been to Vegas, so don't worry.
Like what version of
we stayed in New York.
Mystere is the version of Cirque du Soleil that's there. That's a good way to date like what's going on in Vegas. Is what part of Cirque du Soleil is going on.
Especially if you watch like the movie Diamonds Are Forever. Which is, very 70s Vegas.
Very 70s Vegas. Yep. No, you should be even happier because you're about to get $30 million and cherry pie.
Yeah. I mean, not just a check. You get pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a check and pie.
So much pie. 472,000. See, they're also only adding up his jackpots.
Right.
They're not even adding up what Mr. Jackpots gave the old lady. I mean, I'll bet.
Well, maybe they don't know what they should.
I'll bet it's close to like $600,000 now that he's taken them for, like almost another $1 million, maybe.
True.
Okay, if anybody drove me out to this part of the desert, I would just be pretty much assuming I'm going to die.
Well, especially because limos aren't exactly built for the desert.
No, they're not.
Not really. But
yeah, the desert is a bizarre place. I just
tell them about the check and pie.
In the dream.
More people will come if you tell them about check and pie.
More people will come if they think we got $30 million in pie.
Your candy cut has completely healed.
Now, see,
that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
So how did his face like get off me?
Like they're totally brothers here. It's adorable.
Yeah, exactly. They should get into a slap fight.
I know, right? Stay on your side.
Mom, he's touching me.
Well, I'll be turned. How did that happen? It's because we filmed 8 months later.
Right, exactly. Like we shot these completely out of order.
Yeah, we totally shot them out of order. So we had to go back and do something about a dream sequence.
Yeah, that's right. Or maybe we're in a parallel universe.
Once we go on from here, everything might be different.
True.
Good Lord.
Now this is like it almost feels like a deleted scene from Breaking Bad.
Or like Casino or something.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's not. This is not good. Okay. If anybody says this is where they want to do business, don't do business with them. Okay.
Yeah, especially with like known gangsters.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, you want to go out into the desert by those ruins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll meet you there. Yeah.
We'll bring you out by limo. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That
house, by the way, is nicer than all the ones in Rancho Rosa.
Ouch.
You've seen those houses. They're terrible.
They are terrible.
And that one has all kinds of fire damage now from a car blowing up.
Well, and then there's Crack Moms, which I'm sure she's not a good housekeeper.
119. Yeah.
119.
Why do you take the long way around?
Probably smells like crack, too.
Yeah, it has that crack or that meth smell.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I can't describe, but when you smell it, you know it.
Yeah, exactly.
I dealt with enough meth head shoplifters in my retail days.
No, Dougie, this way.
No, over here to where the people are.
Dougie, what's in the box?
If he has what I think he has in that box, we can't kill him.
He's got Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Honestly, if I wanted to kill somebody and they showed up with a cherry pie,
right,
all would be forgiven.
Well, that's what they do.
I don't even need 30. Well, no, it's the 30 million, I think, is what does it for him, but still.
But they were very happy about the pie.
They were very, very happy about the pie.
And I like here that Bradley is very he's trying to convince Rodney about the dream. and say, look,
if
he's got a pie in there.
Yeah. And I remember watching this the first time thinking to myself, please let that be a cherry pie. I don't know why I wanted that so badly, but I wanted it so bad that this was going to be a cherry pie. Right. I was like, because I kept thinking, like, the second the cherry pie hit Cooper's mouth, he was going to be back. I just kept thinking, I'm like, come on, cherry pie.
And Bradley is very convinced about this. He's like, look, if it's a pie, we can't kill him. I know we said we were going to kill him, right?
He's like,
we're not going to kill. We can't kill him. If you kill him, he won't learn nothing.
If you kill him, we don't get a pie. He's like, all right, there's no way in hell there's a cherry pie in that box.
I'm going to kill.
I'm killing you right now.
What the actual F?
So this is the Twin Peaks 7.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Directed by David Fincher Lynch.
David Lynch's 7, everybody.
David Lyncher.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you.
Cherry, well, now we know it's a pie.
Right, but what kind of pie?
How do you know that? How do you know that, Bradley?
Maybe it has a smell. Maybe he smells it. Maybe it smells like cherries. Because remember, it was in the box, so probably you open the box, it gets a nice little whiff of cherry smell.
We frisk him, and we find an envelope.
Who doesn't have a wallet?
Dougie Jones.
It's like, this is room 315 key. What's this doing in there?
Why do you have a key to a hotel in Washington State?
Right.
What's in the envelope?
Let's see. Publishers Clearinghouse. Oh,
you may already be a winner. See?
This guy.
This freaking guy.
This guy.
Okay, so what have we learned today, everybody? Cherry pie will save your life.
Right.
And don't ever believe anything Tom Sizemore tells you.
Right, exactly.
That's what you need to know.
And if you want to make friends with the Mädchen brothers, bring a $30 million check.
$30 million check and a pie. That's all you.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
I mean, granted, the pie is kind of the parsley, but still.
Right.
Yeah.
They could be wanting to kill you, and now as long as you have a $30 million check and a cherry pie, you're off the hook.
I love how there's like an old 1940s New York Italian restaurant in the middle of Las Vegas.
Right.
Dougie, how does Sonny Jim not have a gym set?
Right. We got to do something about that.
See, they were in an orphanage together. They're like what the Blues Brothers would have been if they weren't funny or musically inclined.
Exactly. They're like the Blues Brothers without sunglasses.
Yep. Which, now that I think about that sort of Blues Brothers-y type of reference, are they even actually blood relation?
Right. Well, and also think about it. Jim Belushi is the brother of John Belushi.
That's what I'm saying.
And when after John died, Jim joined. He was in the Blues Brothers 2000, if I remember correctly.
Was he?
I believe he was with John Goodman and Dan Aykroyd.
Was he in that? I don't remember. I know he went on tour with them.
I think he was.
I don't remember him being in. Well, Blues Brothers 2000 was unfortunately not a very good movie.
Hey,
who is this?
No, it wasn't. Mr. Jackpots.
Mr. Jackpots. Look at this. Look at this young guy I have now. No, the reason Blues Brothers 2000 isn't a good movie is because there's no real reason for them to get the band back together.
No.
They
did it. They did what God wanted them to do.
Right. The thing was that they had to get the money for the orphanage in, what did they have, like 11 days? Something like that.
Before, to pay off the taxes.
Yeah,
yes.
They had to give Steven Spielberg some money. So, but in Blues Brothers 2000, it's like Elwood gets out of jail, looks around and says, okay, let's get the band back together. Like, there's really nothing, there's no driving force. And that was the big problem with it. Aw, see, we don't even care that you took like 600 grand out of our casino now. Look at this sweet old lady. See,
I stand corrected. It looks like Jim Belushi was not in Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Nope, you were correct. But John Goodman was.
Yeah, John Goodman was for sure.
Yeah.
All
right, what are we getting here?
How did Candy, Mandy, and Sandy know to show up?
They just do. They have that, Andy sense.
They're like homing pigeons. Candy, look at me.
Yo.
That's you, sweetheart.
Focus.
I wonder if Candy, Mandy, and Sandy came from an orphanage too, now that I think about it, considering how Candy has nowhere to go.
Right, well, maybe that's why the Mitchums took them in, because they identified.
That's what I'm thinking.
They were orphans as well.
Yeah.
Even though they look nothing alike, but then again, neither do Rodney and Bradley.
I'm just saying, I mean, maybe they were orphans. I'm not saying they're triplets, I'm just saying they're orphans.
Right.
Yeah.
Gave them a chance. That's because they're such nice guys.
There were cars everywhere on the Las Vegas Strip. You don't say.
Yeah, it's called traffic. Jeepers. That look.
See, I thought this was priceless. Now I think we're at 70.
Yes.
I think we just got to 70 because he just said which is like one of the first things that he's ever said that isn't repeating something.
Right. He's not mimicking.
And it's damn good.
Damn good. Yep.
Damn good. Yep. Here we go. Now we're starting to get into the green of our Hey, do you want to know a bit of naughty trivia about champagne glasses like that?
Sure.
They are supposedly champagne glasses like that. Josephine Bonaparte could fit one of her breasts in.
Interesting.
That's why they're that size and that shape.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's the trivia of it.
Slante.
Just keep eating the pie. Oh my God, I want pie so bad right now. Candy. Oh my God, candy. I'm gonna get you. Another piece of pie for our friend. Just, you know what? Candy, I'm serious. Bring the whole pie.
Right, not just a slice.
Yeah.
Save yourself the extra trips.
Yeah, just bring in the rest of the pie. Friend. Now Cooper has turned into Frankenstein's monster.
Yes, exactly. But at least he's more articulate.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he's not doing the pee-pee dance.
No, he's not doing the pee-pee dance. Yep. So, yeah, this is the song concludes.
I thought it would have been kind of cool if we had Angelo Badalamenti.
That would have been super cool. I would have.
Yeah, right there.
That, and he would have been.
Yeah.
He would have been, in. He would have fit right into this old Italian restaurant.
Exactly. So yeah, no Roadhouse this time.
No Roadhouse.
I think this is maybe one of the 2 episodes that we don't get the Roadhouse.
Seriously.
Or three maybe.
Cynthia Lauren twos. You are correct. Oh my goodness.
Yep. That's her.
Wow.
The Love Boats soon will be coming to Twin Peaks.
Another run. Like I said, I think of her as the little girl who needs a heart transplant in Airplane.
Yeah.
That's how I know her mostly. From that. Because I'm like a little too young for the Love Boat.
Right. But see, I'm old fart, so there you go. I know.
No, you're not that much older than me, but I was
9, but yeah.
But it's for me, the Love Boat was like, it was in repeats, but it was like more of a drama than a comedy, so it just bored me, and it was like romance, which was gross when I was a kid.
Right.
I did like that one where Bert Convy tried to convince that one woman that they were reincarnated lovers. That one was pretty funny. It's like, yeah, we might be reincarnated lovers, but you're still Bert Convy, so.
David Lynch needs to remake The Love Boat.
Oh my God.
How insane would that be?
That'd be so amazing. Like, I still want to see that Blumhouse Fantasy Island. I think that's going to be good.
You think? It
Yeah.
looked a little to me, but
yeah, but see, I love horror movies, and I like,
yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, cheesy, and you like cheesy horror movies, so
I do, and I like
yeah.
the concept that Fantasy Island. Well, like, did you watch the Fantasy Island with
Malcolm McDowell? Yes, I
and
did.
Madkin? Madkin was in that also.
Yep.
That one really played up the fact that he's the devil.
Yeah, it was a very sinister tone to
Yeah,
it. It was because it was done by Barry Sonnenfeld,
yeah,
who did Men in Black.
right. But it
So
really played up that Mr. Rourke is the devil. So
yeah.
I think it would make a fantastic horror movie, with your whole monkey's paw wishes, things that happen when you're on the Fantasy Island.
Exactly. So I hope everybody enjoyed our episode of The Return Part 11, a.k.a. There's Fire Where You Are Going.
There's fire where you're going.
So what's your rating for this one?
I am going to give this one 9 out of 10 old maps that are always current.
Nice.
And
very nice.
The reason for my rating, a major reason for my rating is the fact that we are now up to probably 70% on the coupometer.
Coupometer.
On the coupometer. Things are starting.
Now I want a coupometer.
A coupometer, yeah. Things are starting to come together. We're starting to figure out that there's something wrong with Aunt Diane. Sorry to make a joke about that, but there's something wrong with Aunt Diane.
Exactly.
We
at least it's not Aunt Flo, but
no, but with Aunt Diane, like literally 5 people were murdered. I shouldn't joke about that, but there's something wrong with Diane. They're getting closer to what the hell is going on. The FBI guys are getting closer to what the hell is going on.
We're going to need some more FBI guys.
We're going to need some more FBI guys. No, the other one. And I like the very brief but very telling story about Shelly and Bobby and their relationship and their marriage and their family. I think that's, anytime we get a good story about the characters we already know and love, I'm always happy about that.
Yeah. And it was fine. It was great that we finally got to get a little bit of that explanation about, because that was one of our hanging questions by this point was, well, what's going, what happened between Bobby and Shelly?
Right.
And and this answered a lot of those. Now, unfortunately, we find out that, hey, Shelly, by all appearances, ran out on Bobby.
I don't know, though. I mean, maybe Bobby.
Or do you think that it was a mutual breakup?
It's a good question
because he still pines after her.
Part of me thinks she still pines a little bit after him. I mean, she is still wearing the wedding ring around her neck.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, she's wearing a ring around her neck. And so I don't know. And also, I feel like the plot really thickens with the introduction of Gersten. Like, what the hell happened to the Hayward family?
I feel, well, we kind of know that because when we talked about, what was it, the final dossier?
Yeah, we know a little bit about that, but
we got a lot more, and we realized that how horribly that ended up after Will Hayward smashed Ben Horn's face into the mantelpiece.
Well, but I had it coming.
He did have it coming. I get that.
But, we kind of find out that.
But that whole family just kind of broke up, and apparently Gersten took it the hardest.
And like, do you even remember what happened to Harriet? Because I'm not even sure I remember what happened to Harriet.
I don't think they ever said what happened to Harriet.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not. And we know what happened to Donna, where she goes to New York, and then things.
Things go really sideways for Donna.
Yeah, and it's sad. But I like, and I also really like knowing that Miriam survived, and somebody's going to tell what Richard's up to.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of good stuff in this one. I give this one a little less than you, mostly because we're still biding our time to the really good stuff. But I still like this one. I give it 8.5 out of 10 vomiting sick girls.
Oh, gross.
So bleh, 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 and then half a bleh.
Gross. Yeah. But Yeah, this one, I feel like we got a lot of old characters and we got a lot of new character stuff going on that I enjoyed.
Well, we got a lot of stuff in Twin Peaks this time, actual Twin Peaks, not just, following Gordon and Albert and Tammy across the country.
Now that the Mitchum brothers like Dougie Jones,
right,
he's safe.
Yeah. Well, that and it also brings those two characters into the main story,
right?
Through Dougie, through Cooper.
Yeah, but you're pretty sure he's going to be perfectly safe now.
Yeah,
and I like that.
Yeah, because he's not going to be assassinated, as So apparently that's been called off.
Right, right. That's been called off, and what's his name? Is still getting his orders from New York and stuff, but
Duncan Todd.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call him, Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines, yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. So.
All right. So, anything else about this episode you want?
Nope.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, it's okay. I'm looking forward to the next one. Frankly, this is where I start really like, okay, I find myself, I'm no longer going, oh my God, what's going on? To, ooh, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. We're kind of starting to get really into the groove by this point.
Yeah.
And now that you've kind of got used to the new characters and the new situations, the new plot lines.
Yep.
Now you kind of want to see how they turn out. And you're figuring, well, okay, after this point, there's only 7 more episodes left. How does this all wrap up?
Yeah.
So you figure, well, we start kind of seeing the storylines start to converge a little bit. We kind of see we get a little feeling of how things are going to start to come together in this one. So I'd say it's more like a transitional episode.
Okay.
That's the kind of way I view it anyway. I could be wrong, but that's the way I view it. All right. So if anybody, we didn't get any feedback this time, I'm sad to say, but if you want to reach out to us, please drop us a line, ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com. The Gmail, ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
The Gmail.
Or you can reach out to us on Twitter @GhostwoodCast on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you there. So please like us there, follow us, and then also like us on Facebook @Ghostwood the Twin Peaks Podcast, like all the cool kids are doing these days.
All the cool kids do that.
Yep, we've had a lot of people like and follow us there, but obviously we'd love more. And so if you know someone that's likes Twin Peaks, curious about our podcast, we definitely appreciate you kind of steering them in our direction. Hopefully, we definitely appreciate that because we're always up for new listeners. Xan, where can they reach you?
I'm on the Facebook, Xan Sprouse, and the Twitters and the Instagram as Udenax19, which I have been neglecting. Now that I think about it, I should get back to the Instagram and the Twitters. I just haven't been taking a lot of photos.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only problem. It's another downside of the coronavirus is that we're all going to be cooped up. So everybody's going to be taking pictures of their stuff in their house, I guess.
Right.
Now, granted, I've got a lot of stuff.
We could do that.
I'm a bit of a collector, but
we could do pictures of like I just joined a Criterion group on Facebook, and everybody's just posting pictures of their Criterion collections. We could do stuff like that, or the things that we're doing in our homes. Like this is going to be like, God, I feel bad for parents right now. I guess though, it's different. It's different when kids like to be inside on screens and stuff now. It's different than when we were kids, when our parents said, get the hell out of the house and don't come back until it's dark.
Yeah, nowadays, the kids just stares at their phone or their iPad or whatever.
Yeah,
and,
it's not like they're running around the house. They still want to just look at their screens.
No, they're all inactive anymore. They don't move.
I don't know. I still feel bad for the parents if the kids have to be cooped up and they don't quite because you can't really tell kids like, if you go outside and you get this virus and then you go see grandpa could die.
That's
kind of what we're saying here, people. Stay.
Yeah, I know.
Even if you feel okay, you could be a typhoid Mary. So.
Or if you're one of those kids that has health problems to begin with.
Yeah, if you're an immunocompromised child, you gotta like I have a story about that, Charles.
Yeah.
My either third or fourth birthday.
Right.
I had strep throat, so I couldn't have people over. So there's a picture of me crying on my third or fourth birthday because I'm sad that nobody's coming to my house.
That's twice I'm heartbroken for you.
Yeah, there's a picture of me, like my dad is like hugging me, trying to make me feel better about the fact that nobody's coming over. But I did get this totally bitchin' t-shirt. Do you remember those t-shirts that had the iron-on, that the iron-on was like shiny? It's like it felt kind of rubbery, but the iron-on was shiny.
Did it have that kind of like kind of glitter underneath
Glittery, yeah.
Yes, it had a glitter, like it basically felt like rubber on your chest.
Yeah.
But it had the glitter underneath. It was like kind of iron-on.
Yeah, it was like glittery underneath. For you millennials, it was like those glittery cats that everybody had on their cars in 2001.
Yeah, right.
So it had my name in glitter letters.
Yeah.
And then the Pink Panther. It was a black shirt, and it had a glittery Pink Panther on it. It was so badass.
That's cool.
But it was very sad. And, I didn't understand, because, strep throat, you don't always feel bad.
Yeah.
So it was very sad for me.
Well, if I was there, I would give you a hug.
Oh, well, thank you. But don't touch me right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is probably not the best idea to do that. So hooray for virtual hugs.
So, yeah, virtual. We're all supposed to, aren't we all supposed to do the Vulcan thing?
Yeah, the Vulcan salute.
Yeah, that's what we're all supposed to do instead of shake hands. Like,
or you could do the reverse Vulcan salute. That's, F off and die.
That's right. Yeah. I went to the doctor today, and they said, do you mind if a student comes in with your doctor? I'm like, no, that's fine. He comes in like, hi. I'm not going to shake. No, please don't if you don't have to. I don't want to shake hands with people if I don't have to.
Seems glitchy.
Damn it, Skype. We did so well. I don't know. I'm blaming.
We got through. I think that's Skype trying to tell us, like, hey, why don't you wrap this up?
Yeah. It's an impending pandemic. Where can they find you on the internet, Charles? Because not like we're going to be able to go outside. How are they going to find you virtually?
Well, see, that's the great thing about podcasts, right? So, hey, even though we're all cooped up, locked away here in seclusion, isolation, we can still podcast. So you're not getting rid of us that easily, guys. Nope. So you can reach me at Charles Skaggs on Twitter, at Charles Skaggs on Instagram, Facebook, Charles Skaggs in Hilliard, Ohio, and my blog of geeky things.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Damn good coffee and hot. Where I talk about all the stuff we talk about here on Ghostwood, including Twin Peaks, David Lynch, all kinds of comic book sci-fi news of my other podcasts, including Next Stop Everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast, where we just recorded last night our 175th episode, you guys, where we reviewed Doctor Who Series 12. We kind of did a whole season review, not just because we've done individual episodes reviews, but Jesse kind of wanted to do a look at the season as a whole. And just to kind of freshen things up a little bit, we invited our pal DJ Nick, remember who we talked about at the beginning of the episode.
Poor quarantine DJ Nick.
Exactly. But he was kind enough to come on because we've had him on Titan Talk doing season wrap-up specials. So he's like our go-to guy for season wrap-up specials. And we had a great time, talked quite a bit. We talked about running over 2 hours on this one. But it was a lot of fun. So I just got it uploaded today. So it's up if anybody wants to check that out. Otherwise, you can check me out on Titan Talk, the Titans podcast. They do with Jesse and Jackson, my co-host, the Next Stop Everywhere. And we talk Titans and Doom Patrol on hiatus right now, waiting for the new season of Doom Patrol to start up. And then also the Phantom Zone podcast, which is also on hiatus. But we talked recently about Watchmen. We did the Crisis on Infinite Earths, the big CW crossover, and I'm sure we'll be talking some other comic book related TV show in the near future, so stay tuned for that.
Yep.
But other than that, next time on Ghostwood, since you were asking, we're going to talk episode 12, The Return Part 12, a.k.a.
Let's rock.
Nice.
Let's rock. Let's rock. But instead of the man from another place saying that this time, turns out it's Diane.
Bum, 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 bum.
And so that's going to hit the fan a little bit, and we'll have fun talking about that.
Yike.
Yep. So stay tuned for that, kids. That'll be next time. And then probably 2 weeks after that will be, just this little Twin Peaks 30th anniversary that we probably should do something for.
Oh, for the love of God.
30 years since the pilot debuted on April 8th, 1990.
Oh, my God. Really? I don't like that things that I love are 30 years old.
Well, how do you think I feel? Yeah.
It's still the same 30 years. It's not,
I know.
It's not like...
Yeah, but
it's not
I have more things that are 30 years old.
It's not like what? We like all the same things. They're all 30. It's not like
this is true.
It's not like you're watching TV in dog years, Charles.
Well, I do time travel, so.
Oh, it's all timey-wimey.
It's all a bit.
You, I guess.
It's all a bit wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Big ball of wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey stuff. Yeah, exactly. All right. So everybody, please come on back for that. Xan, anything else you want to say before we wrap things up?
I'm just going to say one thing.
Yes.
No one is going anywhere until Laura washes her hands. Wash your hands.
Exactly. Because, Leland Palmer, he may be horrible. He may, under being possessed by Bob, may have killed some people, sexually abused his daughter. But hey, you have to respect his hand sanitation game.
I don't care what necklace you're wearing. Wash your damn hands.
Exactly. So, yeah. And if it helps, you can always sing Mersey Dotes, Dozy Dotes, Little Lambsy Divies as you're watching.
You totally can do that. You can.
Yep.
Yeah, there's plenty of things to remind you to wash your damn hands.
Exactly.
That's
so everybody stay safe out there. It's
stay safe.
Time right
do
now.
the right thing.
Stay indoors, listen to Ghostwood, go back through our catalog. We got this is episode 70, so you can go back and listen to our previous 69 over again.
Go to Netflix and watch.
What did Jack
watch do? Twin Peaks. Watch What Did Jack do? Listen to the Red Door podcast with Scott Ryan. Listen to Goldie's That's a Podcast, all right. I mean, there's plenty of things you can listen to. Listen to Next Stop Everywhere. Listen to.
We got Titan Talk, the Titans podcast, Phantom Zone podcast. You have options, people, is what we're saying.
There's no reason you need to leave the house.
No excuses. So, we got you covered.
And if you get your groceries, medications, or food delivered to you, tip as best you can and be as nice as you can because those people are doing God's work.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Be good to gas station attendants, be good to your grocery store people, and be everything you can possibly be that is positive and wonderful to your healthcare professionals. Because they're keeping us moving.
Exactly. And, we may not have the leadership we need right now, but so we have to kind of rely on each other.
Yes, we do. And, if you have to see a doctor, don't bitch about how long you're waiting.
Right.
Just be glad that you can still bitch through the coughing.
Exactly. Exactly. So, and hopefully we'll get through this together somehow.
Yeah. It's been 102 years since we've had something like this. So hopefully we have a fraction of the fatalities for that.
Yeah. Because, it's funny, we're fond of our listeners. We want to keep them around. We want to keep you guys around. We want to keep you breathing. Mm-hmm. So take care of yourselves.
Yeah, take care of yourselves for sure. And, keep an eye on Facebook. I just found out that 2 events I was going to do this weekend are canceled. I found out an event I was going to do next weekend has been postponed. Mm-hmm. So Don't just show up places, double check, because lots of conventions and things are getting postponed because of it. So
exactly. All right. So everybody, and stay safe, and then come on back here in a couple weeks for Let's Rock, right here on Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. Goodbye, everybody.